I am a entrepreneur, starting a my business, growing my business, and was looking for a way to just really have that support in growing my business and feeling confident, really fulfilling the potential of this project, of this idea that I knew I was passionate about and excited about, and would be a very fulfilling one and would help people, but was kind of struggling on my own and really just believing that I could and actually following through with that and wanting just really questioning whether I could fulfill the fullness of the dream and all that I was envisioning. And so with that in mind, knew about hypnosis and wanted to have that experience. And so I reached out to Jen at Hypnosis Haven. Through our work together using hypnosis, I was hoping to be able to feel more confident and just assured that I could do what it takes to help my business succeed, that I can do what it takes to be a successful entrepreneur, because I know it's not easy starting your own business, and it requires a lot of effort, a lot of skill, a lot of determination and endurance. And I thought that working with a hypnotist, working with the subconscious mind and overcoming those limiting beliefs was probably the best option I had for being able to do that. I'd been in talk therapy for a few years working on some issues, but I wanted to try something different to really overcome those deep-seated beliefs that I felt were kind of inhibiting me from really growing and reaching my fullest potential. Through my work with Jen at Hypnosis Haven, I feel like I completely accomplished my goal in a way that I did not expect. I'm amazed at how much I feel like I'm a different person. Like literally from the time before, like I think I think when for the rest of my life or later in my life, I'm going to look back on this moment of my work with Jen and think, there was who I was before hypnosis and I work with Jen and who I was after. And seeing that as really being the turning point in my life that really catapulted me to the place of being able to live the life that I've been wanting to live. I think it's been so fundamentally successful, not just like surface change, but really deep, deep change to the point where I feel different and who I am as a person. And that's just kind of a sustained thing. So even though I was coming with my business in mind and wanting to be a successful entrepreneur and wanting to be supported in those skills, I've just changed as a person to the point where I'm seeing those benefits in all these different areas of my life. And I was in conversation with someone from work, and she said, "You seem like you've changed. You seem like you're different." So it's not just something that I'm experiencing, but others are positively experiencing that as well. So I think I changed in so many significant ways, but reached more than got more out of my work with Jen than I think I could have thought possible. I couldn't have envisioned the change that I underwent, but what I experienced and how I was supported and just yeah, just like everything that I gained from our work together is exactly what I needed, even though I couldn't fully have envisioned that being the change process that I would go through. Um, Something that really surprised me with my work and doing hypnosis was the degree of the change and just how significantly I feel it, to the point where I even took on a different name. It's a name that I'd been called, so it was one I already had a connection with, but I just felt so different in such a positive way, to the point where I just felt like a different name aligned with who I was. And so I think I just wasn't expecting to feel feel the change in the way that I did. I thought that maybe it would feel maybe easier to do this, or I would feel a little more self-confident about myself, but there's just a fundamentally different kind of understanding about who I am as a person. And I will say that that's significant also because, um, just being very upfront of the identities I have as a person, there are a lot of ways that you encounter challenge in society that really challenges your sense of self, diminishes your sense of self, makes you question your sense of self. And I think there's a fundamental shift in that to the point where I am solid in my own understanding of my sense of self to a degree where it cannot be shaken. And so I think that that is surprising to me because like I said, I wasn't expecting that. I was coming in saying, "Oh, I'm an entrepreneur and I want help as an entrepreneur," and then I came out with this stronger and resilient sense of self. That hypnosis is here and it's available for you, and it'll help you to fulfill your potential in ways that you cannot even imagine. Yeah. I would absolutely recommend hypnosis to anyone. I think when I'm in conversation with people, and talking about and thinking about their issues, thinking about the collective trauma we all kind of experience in the world, and just like what we grow up, and just like the growing pains of becoming a person. I think hypnosis is something that everyone should experience, just to have access to that that focused state of awareness that is available to us, and how it can help us just have an understanding and experience of that process, but also just to be empowered in being able to create that change ourselves and understanding that kind of process. So yeah, I think it's like the first thing that I want to recommend to people, and share with them, and say, even if you don't feel like you have an issue or something to work on, just having an experience and understanding of hypnosis, I think, can really enrich your lives in meaningful ways. Yeah, absolutely. And thank you, as I said, thank you for your support and guiding me through that process. Because I really meant when I said, which I haven't said, but like as like a Black woman, I see how beneficial it was to go through that work with you, and just how it really solidified my sense of self to the point where I was having a conversation with a supervisor, and she was asking me if I needed time off because of like the racial tensions and everything in the world right now. And I said, interestingly, I feel good. Like there's something in my body where I can be connected to what's going on in the world, but then also be like really solid in my sense of self and my care for self. And in my well-being. So I've achieved that balance, I think, through our work together, and how much it just led to that internal shift within me where I'm able to sustain that for myself. So I really thank you for that opportunity, and for the opportunity to just like share about that experience with others, and support you, and
Oh,
support
thank
people
you.
in finding you and working with you as well.